Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Thank you for coming along to this very first episode of What's the Point? My name is Andrew Miller from Business Enjoyment. And the whole point about these interviews, these discussions that I'm going to be running is about the key thing that underpoints business enjoyment, and that is finding your purpose, your mission, making a difference in the world. In other words, what's the point of doing what you do? And over the coming weeks, months, I'm going to be interviewing successful business people who have a very clear mission, a purpose-driven business, and getting to understand more about them, why they do what they do, where that's come from, and of course what they're up to right now and what's going on for them. Plus, of course, some tips and nuggets for yourself that you can take away to explore in your own areas of business, whether that's around purpose itself or within the speciality that they have within themselves. Now, we're starting off here, so this is the very first one, but guess what? We've had some technical problems. I've just been speaking to our guests that were due on today, and Sharon and Hank Ulof, who are two business coaches, small business coaches, voted in America as the America's number one coaching team. And we tried connecting, we were through, and the signal was so bad that there was no way I could bring them on. The images weren't coming through, the sound wasn't coming through. And so I've had to make the decision at the very last minute that we're going to have to pull it. We're going to have to we can't run the interview. What they have promised for me is that I've given them some questions to think about in advance, and the two of them will have a conversation and answer those questions and pull together a little video and send it through to me, and I will then share that with you once I've received that. So real shame, because the two are they are a fabulous couple. They interact really well. They're great conversation, real fun to listen to, and they've got some excellent points of interest to pay attention to. Now, what I did do is I caught up with them back in September, and I interviewed them then for a podcast. And because I've got quite a long pipeline, it takes a while for those podcasts to come out. In fact, that podcast will come out next Monday. And the point of this interview is to catch up what's happened in between. They're actually in the process of moving from Sedona in Arizona all the way up to Maryland, which, if you know anything about the geography of America, that's a long way. It's like 2,500 miles. And that's part of the problem that's been going on, is that they're not really in the full facilities in terms of getting the internet and that sort of thing. So it's catching up where they are, and what they've learned over the last sort of year or so that we can impart to you is what I wanted to get. But we're not going to be able to do it. So I'm so sorry. What I will do is let me just test these out, and hopefully you can you'll get a link to let me just add this on. There should be a little link coming through in the stream at the moment, which is a link to the podcast. That's the general podcast. So if you click on that, that will take you through. And when the episode launches next week, then by all means take a look, have a listen, and find out more about this story. The interview that I actually do is based on 7 books that they've written, and we go through the different books, the journey they went through that led to the creation of those books, what they learned through the process, and the content that's within those books. So it's an interesting structure rather than just straight journey. Let me just make sure that's coming through. So that's the podcast. There should be, if you click on that, there should be a link to take you straight on. So by all means, do have a look at that. Yep, the link's in there. And the other thing, whilst I am here, is, let me also bring up and stick in the search, is if you've not done so already, I would appreciate it if you get a chance to look at the TED Talk I did recently. You may have seen it already, but if not, then do have a look. So there's a link to that. So the title of that is More Than Just Money. It backs up the the ethos that I run, that ultimately that the measure of success in business is not right. It's at the moment it's focused purely on money, and there's much more to that. And so it nicely sets out what you can do to be successful and enjoy the journey at the same time. So please do click on and have a look at that. Okay, other than that, apologies once again. Sorry that we've not been able to bring the guests. What I will do is, I say, I'll get that video and get it out to you. I will be here next week. I'll get some notifications out, but it'll be on Wednesday, the 20th, and I will be. Well, hopefully that will work this time. So Wednesday the 20th, and I will be speaking to Abby Foreman, who is a nutritionist specializing in female hormones, and making sure that the women are the best in terms of their energy, and work with the cycles that they've got using food and nutrition to be the healthiest and most fittest that they can. So keep an eye out on that and come along to that one, because that will be really fascinating and interesting stuff. So that's it, I'm afraid. A lot shorter than we all planned, but at least we gave it a go. We will get the stuff out to you, and more interviews will be coming out, and it's all just down to the technology at the end of the day. But hey, that's life. So thanks very much for coming on anyway. I do appreciate you turning up, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you at future ones when we can actually have a proper dialogue and a conversation going, which would be nice. Okay, thanks again. And yeah, my name is Andrew Miller from Business Enjoyment, and I want you to enjoy your business so much it makes your bits tingle. Thank you.